During a typical day in the office, a pediatrician encountered what appeared to be an accidental wound on a child. The mother of the child brushed the incident off as an accident that occurred while playing. However, the little girl remained more accepting to strangers than her own mother. When the case was explored, it was discovered that this girl's mother had become angry at her and proceeded to throw a fork at her arm. The fork made a huge hole in her arm, and she had to have stitches in order to prevent infection and surgery. Hello, my name is Andrea Davis, and I am here to talk to you today about child abuse and the effects it holds on children. Many people understand what child abuse is and what is defined as child abuse. However, many people do not understand the effects it holds on children and how long it can take them to overcome this. There are many problems with defining. One example is changing viewpoints. Many people will sometimes feel like if you spank a child, you're being abusive, but other times they think it's what's needed in order to get your child to stop behaving the way they are and be better citizens. There are many different forms of abuse. There is physical abuse, sexual abuse, there's neglect, maltreatment, and many people feel like the different forms of abuse are labeled differently. They should not, some of them are not as severe as others. And often discipline is confused with abuse. Many people will believe that spanking a child is abuse, but they will also feel like burning a child with a cigarette is just more severe abuse. But other people will feel like spanking your child is not abusive. It's just helping them understand what they've done wrong. So discipline, there are two different types of discipline. There is negative discipline and there is positive discipline. Negative discipline is burning your child with a cigarette or spanking them. That is viewed as negative discipline to many people in the world. And positive discipline would include putting your child in a corner or sitting them down and talking to them and telling them what they have done wrong and trying to get them to understand. Societal stress is a big contribution to child abuse. Many parents will become stressed at work or just out in society. They will have conflicts with other people or conflicts with just how their day is going, and they become angry and they take their anger out on their children instead of in healthy ways. This is a very big impact on children's lives. They do not understand what they've done wrong, and often they have not done anything wrong, but they get the punishment and blame for it. Strain is also a big impact on child abuse. There is financial strain and internal conflicts. Financial strain includes really high poverty neighborhoods. They get reported more often for child abuse because of their greater array of risk factors, and they're not often able to adequately provide their children with the school supplies they need, or the food they need, or the clothes they need. Internal conflicts would include people who let their fights with other family members or spouses or anything come between them and their child's relationship, and they will take their anger and their pain out on their children. The treatment of these children is never okay. It is not okay to abuse your child in any form. However, many people understand that it is abuse, but they do not understand the impact it truly holds on a child. Many children who are abused are not able to hold relationships or make friends very easily. They cannot trust people. An estimated 532,200 children, or 7.9 per 1,000 children, suffer from emotional abuse. There are many types of abuse, as I've told you. There are 1 in 14 children who are physically abused each month. 7.9 in 1,000 children are emotionally abused. 4 or 5 children are neglected per day by their parents or by their caregivers. And an estimated 1,580 children die each year from child abuse. So I chose to do child abuse because my family is a personal victim. My little cousin was neglected when he was very young. He was taken when he was 2, and he now lives with us. My mother and my aunt have adopted him. So he lives with us now. He's overcome this. He has spent 9 years trying to move past what happened to him. And I believe that minds are better shaped when they are young. So I chose to try to help prevent it and help children make friends. The need for relationships is very prevalent in today's society because often children do not understand what other children are going through at home. And if they have a friend or a safe haven, they can understand that it is okay to go through what they go through, and it is okay to tell people. So for my project, we did all kinds of little arts and crafts. I had around 9 children come to the Westside Family Church with me. We spent 5.5 hours there. They did little projects like this. They made little paper butterflies, they made hippos, they did all kinds of little arts and crafts. They played with the giant bowling set, which they seemed to love very much. They went outside and played on the playground, and we watched Moana, and we watched the Emoji Movie, which I had to spend a lot of time checking those to make sure they were okay. And then they ate popcorn and had hot chocolate, and they spent a lot of time with each other. This is Josiah, and that is Tressie. They are brother and sister, and she went around and made bracelets for every person that was there with their favorite colors. And he made #1 best friends and sisters for all of them. This is them watching Moana, which they were very intrigued with. I have a video of them singing very loudly with it too. And this is Emma. She helped me play bowling with them. She had to put all of the little pins up, and she had to make sure they were even and they were perfect, or they were not allowed to bowl. Child abuse is a problem in society that is often brushed off and not given the care that they need. If every child who has been abused has a friend or feels like they have a safe haven in their society, child abuse could become a very a smaller problem than it is today. Thank you. Any questions?
What's the #1 cause of child abuse?
Physical abuse. Okay. #1 cause of child abuse is strain in society. Because parents will become stressed about how well mannered their children are when they see their children compared with other children. If they feel like their child is not behaving as well as someone else's children, they tend to try to push their children to be that well behaved.
What are your plans after high school?
I'm going to go to college in West Plains and be an elementary teacher.
How did you invite people to
I
night?
sent a little invitation out throughout the elementary, and it was just saying that in honor of raising awareness to child abuse, we were going to have a little children's night, is what I called it, and they would come together and do arts and crafts and just spend time together. Yes.
So, did you do any kind of education about child abuse? Like when you sent the flyer home, did you put stats on it?
I hung them around like common country and the elementary and everything, so kids could see them while they walked through the hallways and everything. So I promoted it like that, and I made a website too that had it on there. Okay. Anyone else?
Was there any particular teacher or class that you had that helped support you in this research?
My A+ class, they did. Miss Pitts is 3rd grade. They helped a lot, and Lane and Preston went, and they were like really excited to be there, and they were like telling everyone how good it is to have friends. It was a lot of fun. Yes.
Do you see yourself doing anything in the future to raise awareness or to combat child abuse?
Yeah.
Some kind of volunteer work or?
After researching this, I would probably volunteer at Christo's house and a bunch of other places because I understand exactly how it is after dealing with my little cousin. Yeah.
Okay. Great job.
Thank you.